Yeah, I was finishing up another episode of the relay, but I was like, yo, you know what? I still got time. I'll go freestyle a little live real quick or whatever. Cause man, they mad at me. Like, it's a dude in the comments named Bruce Leroy Green. He want me to be mad at Canelo because he not fighting Andre. That shit is wild funny to me, man. Shit is wild. Like, he's super mad. He writing in all caps, like, you gotta call him out for what, bro? For fighting 3 times in less than 12 months? Call him out for unifying a division, which Andre has never done? What you want me to call him out for? Hold up, I got a text message. Real rap. Like, it's like, what would you want me to be mad at him about? He fought 3 times in less than 12 months. He unified 2 world titles in less than a year, fought 2 unbeaten champions in less than a year. What you want me to be mad at him about? You mad that, like, what you really mad at is that he not acting like Andre is special. And I don't even know why he trying to argue with me, because I'm like, look, he could give Andre the fight or he could not give him the fight. It don't mean nothing to me. He could fight Andre. He could fight Charlo. He could fight Benavidez. He could beat the shit out of Arrow. As far as I'm concerned, it's all good in the hood with me. I'll take it because it's all the same. All y'all cats is the same. Like, it's all the same. Plant, Saunders, Smith, Andre, Charlo, but it's all the same. Like, you want me to be mad at him for that? Like, you need to be mad at Charlo. Instead of sucking Canelo's balls, you need to be mad at Charlo that he don't want to fight your man. You don't show that energy when I say that Charlo need to fight him. When I say, yo, Charlo been avoiding that shit for a long time, and either one of you about to get the Canelo fight, y'all might as well fight each other, because that's just reality. See, some people, they mad emotional and they don't know how to, like, they don't have no critical thinking skills. They're like, yo, dog, like, at the end of the day, the shit you talking about, none of that shit is gonna happen. So you got to work within the parameters of reality. That if Charlo ain't about to get the fight and Andre ain't about to get the fight, then that's where you got to put the pressure. They're like, yo, y'all not fighting Canelo next. Why not fight each other? Why not hound Charlo to fight Andre instead of begging Canelo, please fight Charlo? I mean, please fight Andre, please. I'm not against Andre getting a fight. That's the retarded part. That I'm like, yo, I'm not saying that he shouldn't fight Andre. I'm telling you, if he don't fight him, ain't nobody gonna be worried about that. Because he wasn't fighting Andre 2 weeks ago, but 73,000 people still showed up. They wasn't worried about that shit. You worried about that shit. Hey, what's good, Leo? Lisa, Carlos, Leo, yeah, it was good, Carlos. Lisa Balls was good. Kevin, 10. You know what I'm saying? You want me to be mad at him, and hey, what's good, Richard? Fantastic weekend. Sophia was good. Yeah, it's like, yo, you want me to be mad at him because he not fighting the specific dude that you want him to fight. Why? I'm sorry, dog, but reality is he ain't got to fight that dude. I'm sorry. It's like you trying to tell me that unless he fight Andre, it ain't no good. If it was Andre and Saunders, I would have said that's a good fight. What you want me to say is when it's Canelo and Saunders, oh, that's not a good fight. If it was Andre and Smith, I'd say that's a good fight. What you want me to say is that if it's Canelo and Smith, oh, that's not I'm not going to say that shit. Ain't nobody paying me to talk like that. If you want to pay me, then maybe I'll say that shit. If you want to pay me. But other than that, I ain't going to say that shit. The shit you saying don't make no sense. Hey, what's good, Julio G? Leo was good. That shit don't make no sense to me. You want me to be mad at him for doing more than your man. I'm not going to do that. I don't get paid to do that. Shit, the reason you come here every day to watch a video is because I don't do that. And you could write in all caps and be mad, but that's why you come here. Shit, I don't come to you and be like, yo, you want to watch this shit? Sophia synced the whole conversation because she was in the comments of that shit. She synced the shit. This dude writing in all caps, he married the motherfucker. Like, I'm sorry. You care too much about one guy. I care about the sport. You care about one guy. That's the difference between me and you. You care about one dude. To me, he could fight Smith. He could fight Saunders. He could fight Benavidez. He could fight Charlo. He could fight Andre. He could fight Errol. He could fight Caleb. Same shit to me. You care about one dude. I ain't on that shit. It depends on who he fights and when he fights them. What's good, Alejandro? It depends on who he fights and when he fights them. Charlo says he accepts B-side. That dude is capping, bro. He won't take that fight. He will price himself out. I'm telling you now, I don't think Caleb wants that fight. And I don't think it's going to happen. I think what's going to happen, and I said this in a video, is that Caleb is going to price himself out. And then Canelo might end up fighting Triple G at 168. That's what might happen. But I don't think that I would like to be wrong. Mustafa, what's good? New Country, what's good? Ant, what's good? You know what I mean? Like, it's certain stuff that it's like, yo, you want me to cap? I don't cap for no fighter, bruh. I'm a cap for the sport. I'm not gonna cap for no fighter unless they want to shoot me some money. Other than that, nah, I ain't gonna do that. Him fighting Saunders is just as good as him fighting Andre to me. Him fighting Saunders is just as good as him fighting any one of them other motherfuckers because they all got thin resumes. All of them. You know what I mean? Joaquin, what's good? Yeah, Charlo versus Andre is the fight to me. If you put that on pay-per-view for $80, I buy it. Are you listening, Tom Brown? Are you listening, Al Heyman? If you put that on pay-per-view, the real paying public, guys like me, I'll buy it. But if you trying to give me some Charlo versus Montiel, that's the one fight that weekend that I'm not going to watch. I'm literally not going to watch that fight. It's going to be mad other fights on that day. That's the fight that I'm not going to watch. I appreciate that, Alejandro. Hamburguesa, que lo que? Real rap, yo. Like, I'm for the sport. I'm not for. I ain't like if he could give Andre the fight, great. But if he end up fighting Caleb, what you want me to do? Complain? If he end up fighting Triple G for a third time, what do you want me to do? Complain? I'm not gonna do that. That's crazy to me. Like, y'all gotta stop falling in love with these particular fighters, man. If you gonna fall in love with, I don't know, something else, but I'm not gonna cap for nobody. He could give Andre the fight. He could not give Andre the fight. If like I'm gonna pose a question to all of you. Let's say it was Canelo versus Charlo. Would you be mad? If it was Canelo versus Andre, would you be mad? If it was Canelo versus Plant, would you be mad? Like, what you want him to do? Change his whole roster, his whole schedule, so he could give you what you want? Who the fuck are you? I don't think so. Charlo is basic. The only guy I see that stands a chance is David Benavidez. And that's just because he's big, not even because he's that good a boxer, but because he's a real big kid and he could punch and he throws a lot of punches. He got a lot of volume for a big guy. Charlo basic as shit. What, because he got a jab? A lot of guys got a jab. Caleb Plant got a jab. Saunders had a jab. What else? I don't see nothing special about Charlo. To me, he regressed. He used to look better when he was at 154. But now he just look basic. He got a jab and a right hand. Occasionally shoots an uppercut. Not a lot of power. Y'all still talking about this dude like he knocking people out. The last dude he knocked out was who? Dennis Hogan. Last dude he knocked out was Dennis Hogan, bro. You high on that? Why he couldn't drop Sergey? Daniel Jacobs dropped Sergey. Gennady Golovkin dropped Sergey. Charlo the one dude that didn't do it. You think, let me see, you think Heyman gonna wait for Benavidez to be WBC mandatory and go to purse bid? I don't know. I mean, they could position him for a title shot. That's an avenue of opportunity. But what you have to ask yourself is, if it gets to a point where the WBC either has to give Al what he wants or give Canelo what he wants, what do you think they will do? What you think they'll do? You think they're going to prioritize Al Heyman over Canelo Alvarez? Okay. These clowns want Canelo to, they want him to fight like 10 people in one night. And that's why I'm like, look, man, at some point, you got to give that dude his props. Otherwise, you a hater. Anybody that been following this channel knows that I used to give Canelo mad shit. But when I saw that he decided to fight Jacobs after the Rocky Fielding fight, I was like, yo, you know what? I can respect that. I can respect that. You want to unify titles with Jacobs? I'll take that. And that's when I started saying, like, you know what? I got to ease up on him because all these other cats not doing shit. They not doing shit. While that shit was going on between Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin, what the fuck was stopping Andre and Charlo from fighting? Charlo. So I'm going to ignore that? Nah, I'm not going to ignore that. Y'all making y'all whole career about one dude. That's why y'all at where y'all at. Yeah, he just got married, B. That's what I'm saying, Leo. Like, you think the WBC is gonna try to muscle Canelo? Really? To give the belt to who, bro? To give it to who? Let me see Box Right Mastermind's comment. Could you make and sell a video? Oh, let me see. High Ring IQ. Could you make and sell a boxing video editing on your patrons? I and many of your followers will gladly buy it. A boxing video editing on your Patreon? I don't really understand. Like, I don't know what you mean. Could you make and sell a boxing video editing on your... I don't know what you mean. You gotta elaborate on that for me. Hey, what's good, Raider? But yeah, like, they want this dude to fight 10 people, bruh. And they don't put no onus, no nothing, no burden on nobody else. And that's why I'm like, yo, this is the same shit they do to AJ. This is the same shit they do to Katie Taylor. This is the same shit they used to do to Floyd. And every time I seen it get to that point, I was always against that shit. Like, yo, you want Floyd to fight the whole fucking world. And you don't want these guys to fight nobody. You want AJ to fight the whole fucking world, but you don't want these guys to fight nobody. You want Katie to fight the whole fucking world, and she damn near is fighting the whole fucking world, but you don't put no burden on nobody else. It don't work like that. You don't get to that point and do all of this so that you could bend over for every challenger that comes along. It don't work like that. Life don't work like that. And that's why I be telling y'all, the cats that you see that think like that is losers. They got loser mentality because shit don't work like that. You don't put in all that work so that people could be telling you what to do. So you just used to being in a position of a loser that has to ask, oh, please help me. Help me. Nah, man. Get it together. Get it together. That's how losers think. You don't do all that so that people could be, you know, you don't do all that for that. You do all that so that you call the shots. The fuck you think I'm gonna bend over for you for what? I get the same money with or without you. Shit, some motherfuckers might bring me more money than you. It's that loser shit, yo. Let me post the link. Post the link to the live. Because we live in this motherfucker. Post the link to the live. Motherfuckers think everything gotta be a handout. Like, nah, bruh. Sometimes you gotta figure shit out. That's life, bruh. Motherfuckers think like losers and shit. Like, sometimes you have to take the bull by the horns and figure something out. Sometimes that's what you gotta do. Keep waiting for motherfuckers to do something for you. Life don't work like that. Yo, I didn't even get a haircut. I just combed my hair. Real shit, I be having couch hair, yo. I just fall asleep on my couch sometimes, watching fights and shit, and eating sandwiches, different sandwiches, and I have couch hair. Nah, he not gonna pay, Raider. Like, he not gonna pay. Nobody waiting for him to pay, bro. Ese tipo no tiene respeto. He doesn't have no self-respect. Like, that dude don't have no self-respect. Yeah, but the jab was putting in work. Triple G jab. Don't compare. I'm going to tell you something. Do not compare Triple G's jab to Charlo's jab. It's not executed the same. Look hard and pay attention. It's not executed the same. Charlo has a jab. I'm not even saying it's a bad jab. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's not. He don't throw it the same as Triple G. Or I should say he don't throw it the same way that Triple G used to throw it, because Triple G don't even be jabbing like that no more. That's a good question, Ant. That's a good question. Why he don't fight Benavidez? Why he don't go up there and become a mandatory for the IBF or something? It's a lot of things that you could do, but when you just want to sit there and oh no, it's all about him. It's all about him. The problem with that theory is while you doing that, he's sitting somewhere else not thinking about you. That's why you shouldn't do that. While you sitting there like a Stan, dear Stan, I rent you, but you still not calling. While you doing that, he over there doing what he do, not thinking about you. It's wild out here, yo. So today was an eventful day on Twitter. I don't know why a lot of people think that what's his name, Raheem. I don't know why they think he gonna pay. Like, bro, I knew when I looked at him, like, man, this dude, like, this dude, like, he'll hop a turnstile. He looked like he'll hop a turnstile, like, like, why would y'all think that kid got $130? I bet him knowing that he don't have $130. Like, come on, man. That dude is not gonna pay, and it's all right. The universe is gonna get him for that. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You put that negativity out there. You ass betting, you lying, all of that. You saying stuff about people. The universe is gonna get you. I don't gotta do nothing to you. Julius, I need you for mediation arbitration on a contractual dispute, my guy. Sadly, today we want losing to be called winning. No real yo, real rap, bro. Real rap. Nah, not Radio Raheem. This little weirdo, man. If you don't already know him, I ain't gonna make him famous. Man, I don't want that garbage. I draw better than him, Raider. I draw way better than him. But I just, like, nah, I'm good. And I don't even want to shit on him. He trying to be an artist. I ain't even going to knock him. I ain't going to hold him. He want to be an artist. But, bro, I draw way better. Like, I just do everything better. It's weird that I do everything better. It's so weird. Like, I don't know. It's like he trying to beat me or some shit. Like, or like he's like an off-brand version or something. Like, oh shit. Let me stop. Do we ever hear from Tay? Yo, Tay Jones is full of shit, man. That dude is a backup dancer. He in the background of Wilder videos. Dude is a backup dancer. You think certain fighters don't care to take certain routes because franchise tags and smaller titles get created? Nah, I think that ultimately they focus. Some guys, really, what it all boils down to is short game, long game. You have a lot of guys that are focused on the short game, and then you have other guys that are focused on the long game. For example, Eddie Hearn was focused on the long game when he decided to overpay Charles Martin. He was focused on the long game. The people over there at the PBC, they were focused on the short game. You could have, if you was focused on the long game, you would have made Wilder versus Martin so that Wilder could be a unified champion. You didn't do that. You focused on the short game and the money from Eddie Hearn. As a result of that, your fighter could have been a unified champion. You didn't want that for him. You was focused on the money right here and now, when that could have helped to make him more money later on. But you don't look at it that way, and that's everything. Some people are focused on the short game, what's right here and what's right now, and some people are focused on the long game, what things can become. And everything is like that. Rod was good. Candace was good. Eddie. Yeah, connect, like, yo, dog, like, all these cats, right? Think about it. If he completes this, if he becomes the super middleweight division's undisputed champion, yo, that's history right there, bruh. Charlo ain't unified shit at 154 or 160. Nothing against Demetrius. I honestly believe he wants to fight. But, yo, you never unified at 154. You never unified at 160. You think that this man that has been in there with Cotto, he been in there with Golovkin 2 times, he been in there with Jacobs, he been in there with Shane Mosley, he been in there with Kermit Centron, he been in there with Floyd Mayweather Jr., he been in there with Billy Joe Saunders, he been in there with Callum Smith. You think that he doing all this type of shit to bow down to somebody like you? Now, if you want to give me a dumb answer, you know what I mean? Like, you could do that, but I'm telling you, life don't work like that. Andre and Eubank, I'll take it. Andre and you, yeah, I'll take it. That's a good fight. I'll take it. They got created for fighters to have something to win. Then they went over to making more belts to make bank off fighters. That's true, because that's what that shit is for. They want to collect sanctioning fees from everybody, so they make more belts, so they could get more sanctioning fees from more people. All those different types of belts help move you up the ranks, but you know what it's all about. It's about the sanctioning fees. That's what they want. So motherfuckers don't do all that shit to be bowing down to motherfuckers, man. That's real spit. I think some people sleeping on Eubank. I think he can drag on. I don't know. I don't think that he gets beat. If that fight is next, Eubank gets beat. He don't get knocked out, but he gets beat. Dude, the LDBC is already putting out videos on the Tyson. Yeah, yo, that's their whole life, bro. Like, them cats is all about the super chat, man. Like, I don't know what they like. I don't even know what their world is going to be like once the posters and all that shit. It's like, I ain't worried. To be honest, I don't worry about them dudes. Like, I realized, like, yo, the audience that they cater to, right, is not boxing fans. Like, those is like legitimately, those is not boxing fans. Those, in some ways, those ain't even boxing channels. That shit is the equivalent of the Sun or the Inquirer on YouTube. That's what that shit is. Like, you legit getting fake news from a lot of motherfuckers that can't read. Hey, what's good, Levi? Well, I heard a soundbite from Sean Porter. I heard Kenny Porter's soundbite, and I heard Sean Porter's soundbite. I'm not gonna talk about it here because I want to put both sound bites together so that we can listen to both stories at the same time. Because Kenny's saying one thing and Sean is saying a whole nother thing. So I want to do that. I want to get that video out either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. If you wondering why I didn't make it yet, it's because of that. I want to put both sound bites together. Kenny's version of the story, Sean's version of the story, the shit that Bob Arum said. I want to put all that shit together and get a whole picture. That's why I didn't even rush to do a video about it. Because like most motherfuckers rush to do a video about some shit and you really not even saying nothing. I want to get the whole picture to see like, yo, what's really. And I already see what was going on there. I got to admit that I already see what was going on there. But I'm going to save it for the video. I ain't even going to talk about it here. No, legit, Box Watch. Them cats is like, yo, come on, man. Like, look at them. Like, I ain't even gonna say nothing about myself, but I'm gonna say that, like, yo, them dudes is dumb, dog. Like, dudes is dumb, man. Like, they smarter than their audience. I gotta give them that. They're smarter than their audience because if their audience had half a brain cell, they would not be listening to shit them guys say. But dudes is dumb, bro. Like, Is it true Jamal? No, that's not true, bro. Jamal Charlo never sent no offer to Andre. What Eddie Hearn said very recently is, yo, if you don't want to come over to us, we're willing to send Demetrius to you. And then Tom Brown came out and said, Tom Brown, he's one of the promoters with the PBC, he said, yo, of course you want us to pay for Andre because don't nobody want to see him fight. We rather make Charlo versus Montiel. That's what he said. All right. So ain't no motherfucking offer from Jamal to Andre that I know of. If that news came out, it must have been recent because I ain't see it. And I look at the news all motherfucking day. Julius, you need to get one of these LD. They'll never do that, Aztec. Like they'll never do that, bro. Like BFTB said that a Jaren Boots Ennis versus anyone. Hold on, let me see. That a Jaren Boots Ennis versus anyone. Bro, that dude, come on, dog. Like, who listens to that dude, dog? Like, have you seen him? Like, who listens to that dude, bro? Like, come on, B. Like, y'all gotta stop giving them, yo, for real. Y'all gotta stop giving them dudes air, man, because like I said, those ain't boxing, those is not boxing channels, dog. Like, legit, like they not. I don't know what them shits is. That shit is just broke motherfuckers trying to supplement their income, I think. Those is not boxing channels, bro. Like, that's clickbait. That's dumb shit. Like, I don't know what that shit is, man. Really, Jaren Boots Ennis is bigger than Joshua versus Fury. That conversation is too stupid for me to have with somebody. Like, you believe that? No, you don't believe that. You saying that to get a reaction out of people. That's why you saying that. All these dudes got daddy issues, man. You can't see that shit? Don't you notice they all do shit for attention? They all got daddy issues and shit. And that dude, I heard a lot of stuff about that dude that I don't even want to say here because it might mess up the monetization shit. I ain't even going to say what I heard about that dude. They got paperwork on that dude, bro. That dude is a creepazoid, man. He's hollering at the young joints. He like 40 hollering at the young joints. That dude is like, yo, he R. Kelly out here. Creepazoid, man. Considering the saying, surround yourself with fools and become a fool, do you think some Fury fans have spent too long into... I do. I honestly do. Because they stuck on stuff that insignificant, irrelevant people say. They stuck on that. Like, if somebody come to me, right, with something that BFTB says, I don't care what the fuck he said. He don't matter. Like, I don't care what the fuck he said. Like, that dude is a weirdo. Like, he's a legit real life weirdo. I'm not worried about what his... I don't care. That dude is pedo bear, B. They got paperwork on him, bro. It's floating around the internet and in the cosmos that he was being inappropriate and all of that. They got paperwork on that dude, man. The other dude, think about the people that we talking about, right? I'm going to break this down for you. You talking about a creepazoid and a mental patient. Y'all know who the mental patient is, right? What we gonna sit here worrying about what they said? Like, yo, this dude is legit crazy, bruh. Like, he's on, like, Ritalin and stuff like that. And Seroquel. We gonna sit here mulling over stuff he said? When I seen he lost his mind, I was like, oh, see, we don't even need to talk about him, dog. We don't need to talk about that dude, dog. That dude is legit crazy. Like, he's legit out of his mind. Fuck we gonna sit here talking about shit he said for? That dude is... Come on now. Yo, you heard what he said? No, I didn't hear what he said because I was not paying attention. No. As soon as I realized that dude is from the cuckoo's nest, like, nah, we gonna leave him alone, dog. We fuck with him. We ain't right. We gonna leave him alone. Let him just be crazy over there, bro. That shit ain't even right. He got kicked out the New Kids on the Block. Y'all seen the New Kids on the Block kicked him out. That's what they told me. Somebody sent me a video. They was like, yo, they kicked him out the group. I was like, word? They kicked him out the group, so that's messed up, bro. What do you think about Bruce Vane saying plant KOs? I think Bruce Vane has a hard on for Canelo. A lot of people told me that. Specifically, honestly, I don't watch his videos, so I don't know what he said. But people keep sending me sound bites of things that he said, and I'm like, dog, I don't watch that dude. I don't really care what he's talking about. He got the same hard on for Canelo that he had for Loma. He just don't like them dudes. You gotta ask him about that shit. I don't like I don't really be watching shit that he honestly he only makes videos about a couple of subjects. I don't watch that shit. You wanna know who I watch? Boxing Beats and Rhymes. And if you're not subscribed, you need to subscribe. It's Boxing Beats and Rhymes, Dwyer, Unrivaled Boxing Talk. If I watch anybody, I watch them dudes. Honestly, Kurt DeVille, Lady Chan. I watch Lady Chan because she always get into it with the wild. She got more patience than me because I can't talk to them motherfuckers. Like I can't. But she be getting into it with them. I can't talk to them cats, man. Like them dudes, you lose brain cells talking to them cats, man. Canelo has a great chin. Whoever beats Canelo, nah, you're gonna have to knock that dude out, bro. I think Plant gets bodied. I said that before. Caleb Plant to get bodied, bro. He'll get bodied, like he'll get cut in half, like a karate chop. Adrian was good. Rummy's Corner, yeah, Rummy's Corner is a decent channel. It's other channels out there that I know is good channels. I don't necessarily watch them myself, but like Showbiz the Adult, that's a good channel. Rummy's Corner, that's a good channel. A lot of people told me about Boxing Squared. I don't watch Boxing Squared, but I heard good things. It's good channels out there to be focusing on what this Looney Tune crazy motherfucker be saying and what this Creepazoid be saying. Like that dude was legit trying to pick up a minor on camera. Like, nah, I don't want no parts of that. Like you want some just other shit. Nah, he gets bodied. That dude gets bodied, man. That dude ain't fight nobody that would prepare him for that fight. He don't know nothing about that kind of pressure. He ain't fight nobody to get him ready for that fight. Only ones that have a chance against Canelo, yeah, I would say Benavidez stands a chance. I don't even know what his real chances are. His saving grace is he's a big guy, so he'll be able to take the shots. He throws a lot of punches, so that'll keep Canelo busy and give him something to think about, something to have to work around. And, the height. But at the same time, Canelo's a body puncher. So because he's so tall and his body's there for him, Canelo could take something off his volume by targeting his midsection. He might not knock him out, but he might get him to stop throwing. Yeah, Tay Jones blocking everybody today because he don't want people tagging him tomorrow. Like, yo, what happened to all that shit you was saying? You said Wilder gonna come out with the medical report. You said Wilder gonna come down from the spaceship and take us to Nibiru. You said a lot of shit, Tay. None of that shit happened, Tay. None of it. Yeah, I do watch Hatman. I like Hatman, and I watch boxing with a day. I watch him too. I watched him for like I say 2 years. Like it's good shit. Oh, Sporting Icons. How could I forget my man, Sporting Icons? I watch him too. Some LD. Yeah, but that I don't watch. I don't like Alejandro. Yo no gasto tiempo con gente así porque esas son gente que son inseguras. Si lo más que tú tienes que decir es que, oh no, yo tengo que apoyar el dominicano, apoyar el puertorriqueño, apoyarme. Okay, bro. Well, then I don't need to hear nothing you have to say because you're not even talking about boxing. Tú lo que estás hablando es de bandera y la patria o la raza or whatever. Like that's not boxing, bro. You're not telling me why is one guy gonna win a fight? What makes this resume better than that resume? What is the relevance of this historically? Si lo más que tú me tienes que decirme a mí es que oh, él es puertorriqueño, yo soy puertorriqueño, so yo lo tengo que apoyar. Okay, then you do that fucking shit then. You do that. I don't need to see that shit. Boxing Wave is good. Boxing Wave is another good one. Boxing Wave is real good. Did Plant really ask? He going to, Troy. He going to. Bet on that. Bet on that. He calling $8 million small potatoes. So what kind of money does he want? If $8 million is small potatoes, what are you looking for? For this who understands Spanish, Fino boxing, bueno, esa mujer. Montero's good money. He's all around good dude. Montero's good money. You know what I mean? But if, like I said, if the whole thing, if a channel's whole, I guess, selling point is about tribalism and loyal this, like, bro, that's not a boxing conversation. That's not boxing. We not sitting here talking about Sonny Liston's jab and George Foreman's jab and how Sonny helped him and all. We not sitting here talking about that if all you got to tell me is, oh, well, he from my city, so I don't care if he from your city. I don't care. I don't care if he from your country. I don't care. The fuck that got to do with me? Why the fuck would I care about that? Like, what fucking difference would that shit make to me? Yeah, BDA is good. BDA is good. I mentioned Showbiz. That shit, like, I see a lot of channels I've been seeing channels that people never heard of that they on that. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to watch that shit because I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. I don't give a fuck if fighter A and fighter B is from your city. Why the fuck would I care about that? What fucking difference does that make to me? Which should have been the biggest fight, AJ versus Fury or I said this, I'm gonna tell you this box, right? And I'll see if I can find the videos where I said this. AJ versus Fury is bigger than AJ versus Wilder would have been. It is. And I said that 2 years ago. Believe it or not. I tell you no lies. I said that 2 years ago. AJ versus Fury is bigger than AJ versus Wilder because Wilder's, and y'all don't have to believe me, I'm going to make a video on it this week. Wilder don't have a paying public. Bob Arum went on Barbershop Conversations recently, and Barbershop asked him, yo, is you in the red with Tyson Fury? And he said, yeah. Bruce Trempler, the matchmaker for Top Rank, he said it on his Twitter. They lost money on Tyson Fury. They lost money. Why? Because Wilder don't have a paying public. They paid this man $30 million thinking he could bring it back, and he couldn't. Now, Joshua versus Fury, you see what kind of money they talking about. The only chance the Top Rank has to get back the money that they spent on Fury so far is for him to fight Anthony Joshua. Because a third Wilder fight, that wouldn't have got them no money. The second fight didn't get you no money. You $30 million for Fury, $30 million for Wilder, $4.5 million in advertising during the Super Bowl so that you could not break even? It's money down the drain. The shit that kills me is before Bob said that and before Bruce Trempler said that, I told y'all for a year and a half, they are in the red. Not a year and a half, a year. They're in the red. If you guarantee Wilder 30 and Fury 30, yo, they got to bring that back. And that's not counting the money you spent on advertising. You spent $4.5 million on 2 15-second Super Bowl ads. You got to get that money back. And $800,000 pay-per-view buys, that does not bring you that money back. So they in the red. They lost money putting that fight together. That's why it's important for them to make Joshua versus Fury, because that's the only chance you got to get that money back. You have not made no money off Tyson Fury. Ivan, for Fury Wilder 2, they didn't break even. They would have needed to, in order to break even, at minimum, they would have had to have sold at least 1.1 million pay-per-view buys. At least. They didn't hit that number, bruh. They lost money putting that fight together. The saving grace is, okay, y'all did that. Now Fury has the WBC. You can recoup the money that you spent and then some with Joshua versus Fury. A third Wilder fight ain't gonna get you no money because Wilder's fans don't pay for shit. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. And I've been telling y'all that for a long time. If you guarantee Wilder and Fury 30 million each, then yeah, bro. It's basic arithmetic. People don't like when you talk to young guys that don't have no life experience, right? They don't understand that, like, yo, everything is a business. That's why I always say there's no such thing as a free lunch. If you give him 30 and you give him 30, that means you in the whole 60. Then you in the hole another 64.5 million for the advertising that you spent to promote this fight. They got to bring that back. So crunch the numbers. Just those numbers. That's not even counting all the other expenses because there's more. But just that. How many pay-per-view buys would you have to sell to get back $60 million? It's basic arithmetic. That's how I know that they ain't ever sold a dime bag or 20 or even a tray bag. Because I'm like, yo, any business-minded, entrepreneurial-minded person would look at them numbers and see what I see. Then I'm like, yo, y'all lost money on that, didn't y'all? Y'all would have had to. 30 for him and 30 for him? 4.5 for advertising? And that's not counting the undercard and all of that shit? Yeah, y'all lost money on that shit. Lo and behold, 15 months later, what does Bob say? Yeah, we in the red with Fury. What does Bruce Trampler say? Yeah, we lost money with Fury. I told y'all they lost money on that shit. I told y'all that shit last year. They're like, yo, they didn't make no money with that shit. They lost money on that shit. Exactly, James Jackson. That, like, to break even, you got to hit $1 million. To start making money, which is what you wanted to do, to start making money, yo, you might have to hit 1.5 million to 2 million to start making money. That Buatsi KO was wonderful. I'm high on Joshua Buatsi. He's the leader of the pack out of Richards, Yard, Johnson, and Arthur. Buatsi is my pony in the show. Like, I'm high on Buatsi. It's real shit, yo. It's real shit, Big Chief. It's real shit. It's certain shit that's common sense, bro. Like, they think it's a lot of people that they see numbers and they don't even know how to break shit down because they're not accustomed to balancing a budget of any kind. And I said this before, that if you the head of your household, like I am, yo, you used to balancing a budget. You can't just spend. Money don't grow on trees. You think you hear 30 million and you just think, oh, well, that's 30 million that fell out the fucking sky from the Sky Fairy. The Sky Fairy gave him $30 million. The Sky Boxing Fairy gave Fury and this guy $60 million apiece. These dudes live on Mars. Like, yo, you live on Mars, bro. Money don't grow on trees. Ain't shit free. Maybe shit is free for you because you don't deal with money and you don't have no responsibilities. A lot of y'all cats still living in somebody else's motherfucking house. So that's how y'all brain work. Like, oh, you got $30 million. Goofy motherfuckers. Yeah, I'm waiting for that Taylor Ramirez. I'm going to do a video on that this week. Should Plant ask? No, he should not, because if he does anything to fuck up that fight, you know what happens. Let's say Plant asks for a rematch clause, right, bro? And let's say Canelo says, fuck you, I'm out of here, and he gets out of there. All right, now what Plant got to do is either you fight David Benavidez, who will fuck you up, or Anthony Durrell, who might fuck around and beat you. And if any one of those two dudes beat you, you're not going to make the money you would have made with Canelo. So don't fuck up that payday. But he's going to fuck it up. I'm confident in that. He's going to fuck it up. Not with a rematch clause, but asking for too much money. Imagine trying to tell Canelo, yo, I want a rematch clause. We ain't going to fight. All right, motherfucker, I see you. Peace. Plant can't demand. Yeah, he can't demand no rematch clause, bro. He'll fuck up that fight if he does that. He'll fuck up that fight. How do you see Gilberto Ramirez doing in his new weight? He gonna play it safe, bro. He'll play it safe. It's a good weight for. All right, it's a good weight for Gilberto because Gilberto's a decent sized guy. He's a big guy, for he was always a big guy for super middleweight. 175 is better for him. He won't be drained. He'll feel energized probably and stronger because he's a bigger guy. He got a lot of weight to him. He might even hit a little harder there because he's not drained and depleted from having to cut down to 68. But as far as who he's gonna be fighting, yo, he being careful for a reason, bro. He don't want them better beefs, man, because he was in the right place to get those fights, and he didn't like all that interview shit is interview shit. If you wanted those fights with those fighters, why the fuck would you leave Top Rank? You was gonna get all of those fights. Buatsi is a better boxer than him, but it's too soon for that fight. Remember, Gilberto has a thin resume, but he's still a veteran of close to 40 fights. 40 pro fights. That experience, even though it's against pedestrian level competition, it does go a long way. Buatsi will be ready for him in another 3 to 4 fights. He's not ready for him right now. He's not ready for him right now. Of course they're gonna say some dumb shit like that, Leo. Of course they're gonna of course. They think, yo, I'm gonna say this and motherfuckers might not like it. They think like broke motherfuckers, man. Oh, I got what you want, so I got all the leverage. And when I leave, what do you have? If you have all the leverage, right? What you gonna get paid if I leave? Is you gonna get paid if I leave? Do you get paid the same way you would if I stayed? No. So how the fuck do you have all the leverage? I'm gonna get 8-figure paydays regardless. Are you? They think like broke. They think like bums, bro. Like legit. Like you could listen to shit that people say, and they'll tell you how their mind work. They think like bums. Oh, I got all the leverage because I got something you. That's all you got, motherfucker. I might not want it that bad, and if I leave, what you gonna do? Lose to some other motherfucker for less money than you would have got with me? You do that, motherfucker. I'll come back around and fight him. Motherfuckers like these motherfuckers, like, yo, it's a lot of motherfuckers that it's just a lot of motherfuckers, man. I don't want to say a lot of shit, but it's just a lot of motherfuckers, man. Like, go ahead, bro. You know what? Fuck your red belt. I'm gonna go over here real quick. I'm gonna fight Gennady for a third time. Let's see if David don't fuck you up. And if David don't fuck you up, guess what? I'm going to come back around and I'm going to fight him because he's more confident than you and he's not going to pull this bullshit on me, you motherfucker. That's how you deal with that. Like, motherfucker, you not nice like me. This is an opportunity for you. You a loss waiting to happen. I'm not. I'm Cash Money Cartel Canelo. Pew, pew. Yeah, Dante's Cheeseburger Nation was saying Caleb should. Yeah, exactly. Loser mentality. Loser mentality. That's how you think when you don't believe in yourself. Oh, let me ask for 20. You think they're gonna give you 20 million? Why would you think that? So you asking for something you know they're not gonna give you because you don't really want this fight. Loser mentality. That's loser mentality. Yeah, let me ask for some shit that they not gonna give me, that I know they not gonna give me, so I can fuck up this fight. And then when I fuck up this fight, then what? I fight another motherfucker and fuck around and lose to him and end up like Adam Kovnatski. I would like to see Virgil Ortiz fight Mean Machine. That's a wonderful fucking fight. I would love that fight. Fury puts in work on Wilder again if they can Bivol be under. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. It could be good, Nicholas. It could be good. I see a scenario where it could be good, but it depends on what Triller wants to do. If Triller wants to set up like a subscription-based situation, then it could be good. But if they're expecting people to come out of pocket $50 at a time for every fight, then no, that's not good. You're not going to get people to do that all the time. You're not. You're not. I'm telling you that right now. When I buy damn near everything, but you ain't going to get me to do that motherfucking shit. Not all the time. Only reason I'm buying this shit is because of Franchon. I wasn't going to buy that Lopez fight. I'm buying it because of Franchon and the Lean Cedar rules. If it wasn't for that, I wasn't going to buy that shit. Michael Hunter versus Mike Wilson? Benavidez is good, but his resume ain't stacked. But it's his physical attributes that make him somebody you got to keep an eye on. Ortiz don't want no. I ain't gonna say all that. It's possible, but what I believe, Pat's Nation, is that Ryan might be the centerpiece of the deal because he's a bona fide social media influencer. So I think Golden Boy, this is just a theory I have, maybe nothing was wrong with Ryan. Maybe he pulled out of that Fortuna fight because he's the centerpiece of the deal that they're trying to make. Golden Boy don't have Canelo anymore. But Ryan, they do have him. And he's a bona fide social media influencer. What do you see on Triller? Social media influencers. That can't be a coincidence. Appreciate that, Mando Solo. El Cabezón. Yeah, I could go for Virgil versus Avanesian, a Virgil versus Mean Machine. I could go for any one of them fights. I could go for Virgil versus Blair Cobbs. It looks like it's a multi-fight deal, Jump Tube. I seen an interview with Michael, and it sounded like he entered into a multi-fight deal. I don't know how true it is. I think he's being advised by Al Heyman, but he's fighting on Triller. And I was asking about that yesterday, Big Chief, that Ryan pulled out on Fortuna, and now the story is he might be fighting Rolly. Is that a step up or is that a step down? To me, if I'm being honest, that's a step down. Rolly, you're not as proven as Javier Fortuna. Javier Fortuna done been in there with some dogs. You're not as proven as him. We all know you didn't beat Marinez. We know that. I was good, Audacity. I could see Wilder doing a comeback trail with... Yeah. I mean, it's people over there for him to fight. It ain't like it ain't Pete. It's Charles Martin, Adam Kovnowski, Andy Ruiz, Otto Valina's over there. It's people over there for him to fight. Did Rolly get the Ryan again? Well, that's the rumor, Raider. That's the rumor. I seen that shit 2 days ago. They was like, yo, they talking about some Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero. And I'm like, well, on some young man shit, it's all right that the young guys, if they make it, the silver lining is that at least the young guys is fighting. But if you look at Rolly compared to Javier, Javier is more proven than Rolly. So fighting Rolly instead of Javier is not a step up, it's a step down. Don't forget, though, Mayweather told Ryan if he could get past Rolly, yeah, but nobody, come on, like, Mayweather lost a lot of respect, bro. You got YouTubers taking your hat and shit. They making money off of you, got your cap, and you said you the best fighter in the world. I don't think the best fighter in the world would get treated like that. Motherfucker not gonna try you like that if you really that. Doubt it. Wilder will take a tune. Yeah, of course, bro. Of course, Ralph. Of course. Would like to see immature Rolly KO though. I mean, I think Ryan's a better boxer than Rolly. I think that. Like, I think that they're like, yeah, he could take that dude. He could take that dude. He got a better team than that dude. Dillian White beat Fury up every day in sport. I heard about that, Drew. I heard about that shit. That he was roughing him up. Word, like it's a lot of goofy shit. They're like, look, man, if you really the best fighter in the world, you think some blonde rich kid gonna snatch your cap and try to play Salucci with your shit? Nah, he not gonna do that because he gonna be terrified of what you gonna do. Motherfuckers not respecting that dude. Like, even if it was staged, this still gives off the same message that like, yo, that dude don't respect you. Don't say Floyd. He don't want to fight Canelo. Now he will get... I mean, he an old man now. Why would he fight Canelo now? He let a YouTuber take his hat. Matt Cedillo, appreciate that, bro. What do you think about Daniel? I think he's all right. I've seen 1 or 2 fights of Yelusinov. I've seen a few, and I like him, but it's early. I like him, but it's early. I don't know how he's gonna pan out. A lot of guys, he looked like that with Ndongo, right? But Regis looked like that with Ndongo. You see what I mean? It's like Ndongo he was type old too. That's the other thing that like I felt like Crawford when he fought him, he knocked years off of him. That's honestly how I feel. But I do like Yalusin. Yalusin fucking name, dog. His name is Wow. He did look good though. Gayasov, Yalusinov, MJ Akhmadaliev. Those is my guys, man. Those is my guys. Neri let go to Eddie. Yo, word up. Word up. Motherfuckers forgot about that. That like, yo, he left Eddie Reynoso. It didn't work out. That was like 2 months ago. It's like, look how he ended up. Karma. Ooh, Florian Marcoux. I like Florian Marcoux's an interesting cat to me because I know he might not never win a world title. He might not. He might not. But he could still be in fun fights. Like the fight on the undercard of Buatsi, Cunningham and Yafai. That shit was dope, dog. He was beating the shit out of Yafai. He was beating, but you still got the sense, just like the commentator said, you still got the sense that, like, yo, if Yafai lands, he can end this motherfucker in a minute. He boxed his socks off. Shout out to Steffi Bull. Steffi Bull doing fantastic work. Fantastic. The belts are going to come back. Terry motherfucking Harper. Terry motherfucking Harper. And Dongo is like Gamboa. Yeah. And he was an old cat. Like I think I looked at Ndongo and I thought, like, yo, how many Namibians could say that they became world champions on the road the way that he did? And that's why I got a soft spot for him, because he come from a place where, you know what, a lot of champions don't come out of Namibia. A lot, nah. So he a special one that, like, yo, he became a unified world champion on the road in hostile territory. He knocked out Troyanovsky. He knocked the shit out of Troyanovsky. He beat the shit out of Ricky Burns in his backyard. I respect it because it's like, yo, how many world champions come out of Namibia? How many? So I ain't gonna violate him. Cheeseman is junior middleweight, Leo. Team Canelo got a massive head. Frank Sanchez. Esse tipo. I'm not high on him. I'll say that much. I'm not high on him. He get dropped in sparring, word? Hey, yo, he was wearing that motherfucking Versace robe. He was wearing that Versace robe, B. That shit is a motherfucking curse, dog. Haney Linares, good fight. I like the fight, but a lot of people don't like the fight. I like the fight. It's gonna be the best name on his resume, but that's indicative of what's on his resume. That's the best name you fought so far, or it will be. I think it's gonna be an interesting contest. What I want to see, and I mentioned this yesterday, is if Haney can comprehensively outbox Jorge and knock him out. If he can do that, I'd be impressed. What do you think about Fundora? Ooh, that's a good fight. I like Fundora. I don't like the PBC, but I like Fundora. I don't like the PBC as an organization, but that kid is exciting, dog. Like, you could see that obviously one day he's going to go to 60. Obviously one day. And he might top off at 168 because even though he's real tall, his frame is real thin, real condensed. But I like that kid. He's exciting. Linares is a good name to have. And Linares, yeah, because if nothing else, you know Linares is going to get off that right hand. He has one of the most accurate right hands in all of 135. So he going to test that. It's a good chance that he'll test that chin. Doubt the fight will happen, but who would win? Navarrete. Easy. Gary Russell doesn't fight often enough to deal with somebody as active and busy that throws that many punches like Navarrete. He literally does not fight often enough to deal with somebody like that. The dude has been fighting once a year for 5-6 years now. He is not active enough to deal with an active puncher that could punch. It ain't even just volume like Josh Warrington. It's power in the shots. He'll beat the shit out of Gary Russell. Quote me, screenshot it, screen record it. He'll beat the shit out of Gary Russell. Oh, she looked great. I got a video of her coming up in the morning. I already did her portion of the segment. I'm gonna talk about that. I've been waiting for her to go pro. Sensational. I got a video of her coming up tomorrow. I already did the segment. I just gotta upload all that shit. Yeah, Mino, I agree. Chris punches from Haney, but no pop. There's no mustard on them shots. Real shit, yo. Real shit. But yeah, man. All of this started from that Canelo conversation I was having in the comments. Motherfucker want me to be mad at Canelo. Like, bruh, I ain't gonna be mad at Canelo just because he ain't fighting your favorite fucking fighter. You better write him a letter. Delfimo is special. That guy will rank. I don't know about that. I have a feeling about him. It's not about this fight though. I have a feeling about him at 140. But we'll see. Because I like him. I think he's a great fighter. I think he's brave, which I like. He's a brave kid. He believes in himself. But I don't know about him at 140. And forget about 147. He's too small. I don't know what's going to happen to him at 140. Erislandy Lara versus Charlo. A couple of years ago, I would have told you Lara. A couple of years ago, that would have been an easy pick. Lara. But Lara is old, bro. Lara's like, don't let that fucking shit with cornflake fool you, bro. Don't let that shit fool you. That dude been fighting dead bodies and shit, man. You think Cambosos is gonna win. You better tell your bookie. You better tell your bookie. That dude is old, bro. I think Castaño shaved years off of his career with that fight. Between Jared Herb and Castaño, they took years off that man's career, B. I'm not convinced with Lopez yet. He's good. I'm not convinced that he'll do good at 140. That's what I'm not convinced about. He's not a big guy. He's big for 135. He's not big at 140. It's beefier, taller cats at 140 to him. Yeah, Larry ain't got no legs now, man. It's not that. He didn't fight Hurd's fight. Hurd forced him to fight that fight because he crowd him. That's what Jared Hurd does. He'll come in, take a lot of shots, and just be in your shit. Throwing hooks, throwing uppercuts. It's like he didn't have a choice because this dude, he take all them shots and just bear down on you. It was hard. And Lara's best punches, the other thing is that Lara's best punches are his straight punches. He can't get them shots off if this dude is eating them shits on the way in and then just staying on top of him throwing uppercuts. It's like, yo, it was a bad style matchup for him. Lopez is entertaining. That alone will make him a bigger star. But how much longer can he stay at 135? That's what I want to know. How much longer can he keep making that weight? Yeah, that dude is huge. For 154, that dude is a giant. Wife is smoke. Y'all dudes ain't right. Stop talking about that man wife. Lara has skills. Lara has skills, but the width. He ain't got his legs under him. It's the same shit with Rigo, bro. Don't let that Laborio Solis and Julio Ceja fights fool you. That dude is old, bro. I don't think he really. I don't know if he could beat Casemiro, bro. It's not that Casemiro is special. It's that Rigo is old. He's old. Exactly, Raider. Hurd was smothering his punches. Lara's best punches is his straight punches from the outside while he moving. He can't throw that if Hurd is all in his chest throwing uppercuts and hooks. He can't do none of that. I wouldn't bet on it, Sugar Ray Durant. I wouldn't bet on it. I think that he'll rough him up. He'll force him to fight. He'll force him to move. But at some point, he'll get caught and he'll get dropped. I think Brian is very durable. I think he takes a fantastic punch because a lot of Argentinians do. Argentinian fighters, tough fighters that hit hard and take a great punch. But I don't see him winning that fight. I'd be shocked. I would be shocked if he won that fight. I don't see it. T.O.'s big for 35, bro, but not for 40. He big for 35. Yeah, man, Rigo like 50 fucking years old, bro. That dude is old as shit. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up on that, ladies and germs. Always a pleasure. New episode of The Relay will be uploaded tomorrow morning. Catch y'all.